Hey, and welcome to Bite-Sized Crypto. In this video, I want to talk about the global debt crisis, or financial crisis, which is about to hit us. Brace yourself, because things don't look good. In 2020, global debt experienced the largest surge in 50 years, reaching $226 trillion. In 2021, this number increased to $303 trillion. During the same year, the global GDP was $96 trillion, less than a third of the total debt. With debt this high, just paying the interest becomes a real challenge. But how did debts get this high? To break it down, governments need debt to keep the system running, and about 20% of corporations would not survive without taking on debt. They are hooked on cheap money. What's also really bad is that governments and corporations have bet their future on this working out. In other words, our current economic model incentivizes thinking that with the business or growth we expect to happen tomorrow, we can pay back the debts of today. This, of course, only works as long as there is enough economic growth to justify this kind of thinking. And this is exactly where things are starting to fall apart. Because the economic growth which is necessary to support the currently high valuation of assets and levels of debt is disappearing. In fact, the whole system is so over-leveraged that the economic growth is required to be exponential. That is, the size of the economy must double in a fixed period, and this is simply impossible at this stage. One of the limits we're hitting is that globally there is not enough energy available. Without enough energy, economies can't grow or even maintain their current size. They have to shrink. This is a process that is currently underway in Germany, where due to high energy costs, countless companies close or move abroad. In an earlier video, I talked about how OPEC wants to further cut oil production. Taken together with other factors, there is no way that we will come close again to the same energy production levels we saw before the pandemic, at least not in the next few years. And consequences will be severe, because the fact that the global financial system, or the whole global economy in general, is so large and interconnected means that once the dominoes start falling, there is not much governments and central banks can do to stop this process. Except for one thing, to print more money to prop the system up. And that is exactly what they're doing. They will print fiat currencies into oblivion, because then it becomes much easier to service the debt which governments and corporations have accumulated. It also means that the purchasing power of money will go down. What does all of this mean for you? Simply said, standards of living will fall. Essentials such as food, transport, and energy will become more expensive. People will cut down on things which they don't absolutely need. Imports will become more expensive, and sectors such as travel, leisure, and hospitality will be hit very hard, which will lead to more business failures and job losses. So, is there a way out of all of this? Not really. All we can do is to prepare ourselves for the impact. One side is to prepare mentally, and the other one is to invest in assets which will benefit in a high inflation environment, such as gold or Bitcoin. That's it for today's video. If you liked this content, please like and subscribe. See you in the next video.